Hollywood's golden age gave us stars whose names still shimmer like starlight, icons whose faces remain immortal in our collective imagination. But what if their stories didn't end with the final curtain call? What if some of these legendary performers never really left the stage and continue to linger among the places they loved most? Tonight, we dive into 10 Hollywood stars whose spirits reportedly haunt the mansions, hotels, and studios that define their lives, leaving eerie impressions of a world that once adored them. These are not vague rumors or tourist tales. They're consistent, chilling reports from eyewitnesses, staff members, and investigators documenting apparitions, strange sounds, and unexplained phenomena tied intimately to the lives, personalities, and tragedies of these celebrities. Prepare yourself. Some of these encounters are so specific, so unnervingly precise, that they almost feel like these stars have found a way to refuse death itself. 1. Marilyn Monroe, the eternal bombshell of the Roosevelt Hotel. Even decades after her tragic death at 36, Marilyn Monroe's presence lingers in Hollywood. Guests at the Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel report seeing her reflection in mirrors when no one is there, catching glimpses of her iconic platinum hair and radiant smile, or smelling her signature Chanel No. 5 perfume wafting through empty halls. One witness, Amanda Sheardem, shared her experience. I was alone, inspecting the Tropicana bar before opening, when I saw a blonde woman in a white dress in a mirror. I turned, and there was no one, but the perfume was overwhelming. It was like she had just walked past. Other encounters include auditory phenomena, soft sobbing whispers, even the clicking of high heels between 2 and 3 a.m., the exact window of her death. Paranormal investigator Christopher Fleming remarked that the consistency of these reports across decades makes Marilyn's haunting one of the most documented celebrity ghost phenomena in Hollywood. The melancholy in these manifestations mirrors the loneliness she experienced in life, a tragic echo of a woman forever searching for something she never found. 2. Montgomery Clift, the perfectionist who never left the stage. Known for his intense dedication and tortured personal life, Montgomery Clift's spirit reportedly remains at the Roosevelt Hotel, pacing and rehearsing endlessly in room 928. Guests report hearing the sound of a trumpet playing in empty rooms, a skill Clift practiced for his Oscar-nominated role in From Here to Eternity. Night manager Elena Rosales recalled, "I've investigated dozens of times. The room would be empty, yet the trumpet's notes were audible in the hallway. The moment I unlocked the door, it would stop." Even more eerie are reports of full-bodied apparitions, pacing with a script in hand, lost in rehearsals as he was known to do in life. Paranormal researcher Dr. Carla Anderson emphasized the specificity of these behaviors, perfectly aligned with Clift's documented habits, making this haunting strikingly credible. 3. Errol Flynn, the swashbuckler who still throws parties. Errol Flynn's legendary Hollywood lifestyle seems to extend beyond the grave. Owners of his Mulholland Drive mansion have reported phantom parties, sounds of clinking glasses, 1940s music, and animated voices from empty rooms. Real estate developer Marcus Harrington described, "We'd hear what sounded like 30 people having a party downstairs, but when I went to check, the rooms were empty. It was as if the energy lingered." Sightings of Flynn himself, a tall, mustached figure, have been reported along with cold spots, the scent of tobacco, and moving objects, reflecting his off-screen personality perfectly. Paranormal investigator Thomas Blackwood concluded that the mansion contains an intelligent haunting, a spirit aware of and responsive to the living. 4. Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest's vengeful spirit. Joan Crawford's off-screen reputation, particularly after Mommy Dearest, seems to have followed her beyond the grave. Crew members filming in her former Hollywood mansion report lights exploding, cameras failing, doors slamming, often when scenes depict Crawford negatively. Assistant camera operator Lisa Chin shared, "I felt 2 hands shove my back on the staircase. The house was empty." Others report glimpsing a severe woman with sharp eyebrows, accompanied by the scent of cleaning products, Crawford's obsession. Paranormal investigator Melissa Stanton classified this as a reactive haunting, responding to discussions about Crawford and her legacy. Her spirit seems protective, even wrathful, mirroring the forceful persona she cultivated in life. 5. George Reeves, Superman's tragic afterlife. George Reeves, television's first Superman, died under mysterious circumstances in 1959, yet his spirit reportedly haunts his former Benedict Canyon home. Residents describe glimpses of a man in a Superman costume, cold spots, and the sound of gunshots at the exact time of his death. Owner Rebecca Sullivan explained, "The activity intensifies when skeptics are present or when we discuss his death. It's as if he's trying to set the record straight." This haunting reflects unresolved questions about Reeves' life and death, providing a chilling echo of a hero who never received closure. 6. Bugsy Siegel, Hollywood's gangster ghost. Bugsy Siegel's volatile charisma appears to linger in both his Beverly Hills mansion and the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas. Witnesses report lights flickering at the time of his death, ghostly figures with damaged faces, and the scent of cologne and cigar smoke. Tourist Jennifer Maxwell recounted, "I saw a man in a pinstriped suit standing by the window. His face was missing on one side. I screamed and he vanished." Paranormal investigator Richard Stevens calls this a dual manifestation, with credible activity across multiple locations tied to one individual, showcasing Siegel's enduring influence in both life and death. 7. Lucille Ball, still rehearsing in Beverly Hills. Lucille Ball's legendary career seems to linger in her Roxbury Drive mansion. Owners report phantom conversations, her laughter echoing through empty rooms and furniture mysteriously rearranged. Interior designer Michael Pierce described, "We discussed modernizing her office, and suddenly a lamp turned on that wasn't plugged in. Later, renovation plans were moved." Investigators call this a conscious haunting, an interactive presence actively engaged with the living world, highlighting her attachment to her home and craft. 8. Thelma Todd, the cafe owner who never left. Thelma Todd, whose death at 29 remains suspicious, reportedly haunts her Pacific Palisades cafe and the garage where her body was found. Staff report footsteps in empty apartments, doors slamming, cries for help, and sudden cold spots. Security guard Walter Freeman recalled, "The garage air felt heavy, like you couldn't get a full breath. I heard someone struggling to open a car door, gasping, but no one was there." Paranormal investigator Samantha Rivers classifies this as a trauma imprint, activity tied directly to a sudden, violent death. 9. Lon Chaney Sr., the man of 1,000 faces. Lon Chaney's transformative talents extend into the afterlife, haunting Universal Studios soundstages, particularly Stage 28, where he filmed Phantom of the Opera. Witnesses describe seeing the Phantom in full makeup, moving across catwalks, and equipment malfunctioning specifically during horror shoots. Investigator Dr. Robert Michaels notes this is an intelligent occupational haunting, a creative presence tied to the work Chaney loved most. His performances continue, even decades after his death, blurring the lines between art and afterlife. 10. Clifton Webb, the ghost who refused to move out. Clifton Webb's imperious spirit reportedly haunts his Beverly Hills home, interacting with renovations, moving tools, and even manifesting alongside his mother. Owner Michael Harrison recalled, "We saw him standing in the doorway, disapproving of our renovations. He said, 'This simply will not do,' and vanished." Paranormal researcher Dr. Catherine Yates classifies this as a possessive haunting, a spirit maintaining ownership and authority, refusing to relinquish a home he cherished in life. From Marilyn Monroe's melancholy reflections at the Roosevelt Hotel to Clifton Webb's territorial hauntings, these Golden Age stars reveal extraordinary connections between personality, tragedy, and lingering presence. Their apparitions reflect not just life, but unresolved business, undying fame, and a desire to continue their performances long after death. These hauntings are highly specific, consistent across decades, and deeply tied to the stars' identities, making them far more than ordinary ghost stories. They reveal something fundamental about our fascination with fame, mortality, and the idea that some lights never truly go out. Which of these ghostly stars shocked you the most? Have you ever felt the presence of someone long gone? Let their stories remind us the legend may live on even when the person has vanished.